what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Look at this. Poor Banshee standing all alone in his little corner of the tower. No one seems to care about him anymore. Honestly, if you guys have forgotten the existence of Banshee and his Foundry weapons, I don't blame you. He hasn't brought anything useful for quite some time now. Until this week, that is. He has brought the Suros PDX-41. Wait a minute, you might say, the PDX-41 is a low rate of fire pulse rifle. That can't compete with the Clever Dragon or a Hawksaw. And you're right, but the PDX-41 is still one of the best, if not the best pulse rifle within its archetype. It's got fantastic stats and potential for some god tier perk rolls on it. In addition to this, we're 4 months into the Rise of Iron, and we still haven't had a balancing patch. Surely we're getting a sandbox update soon, and when we do, I fully expect this archetype of pulse rifle to get a buff. In the current meta, I'd say it fits somewhere in the middle. It's not as strong as your Clever Dragons or your Palindromes, but it's definitely not a terrible weapon either. It might struggle in trials, but in 6v6, I find it to be quite effective, especially when paired with a close range special weapon. Looking at the base stats of the PDX-41, you have a rate of fire of 66 and impact of 14. This means you're doing 30 damage to the head and 20 to the body. The range of the PDX-41 is 48, which is the third highest in class, only surpassed by the Steel Medulla and the No Time to Explain. In comparison, the Clever Dragon has a range stat of 31, 17 lower than the PDX-41. The PDX-41 also has a very nice stability stat of 68, and with hand-laid stock you can bump this all the way up to 96, and you can even roll perfect balance of fitted stock in addition to that to completely max out your stability, although that's not strictly necessary. Your reload speed stat is 68 with a 30 round magazine. The hidden stats on the PDX-41 aren't fantastic, with an aim assist stat of 55, equip speed of 31, and a recoil direction of 70. While both its aim assist and recoil direction stats are quite decent, the equip speed stands out as a glaring weakness on paper. But I must say, after using it with the SLO-19 sight, which boosts your handling speed, I was surprised to learn how slow the base stat is. Because of this, I definitely recommend using it with one of the Suros SLO hollow sights as opposed to the SPO red dot sights, as the SLO sights will actually boost your handling speed, whereas the SPO sights will boost your aim assist. In terms of perks, I think I have what is pretty much the ideal role. I have the SLO-19 sight, hand-laid stock, head seeker, and hammer forged. As we know, hand-laid stock nearly maxes out stability but decreases range. However, the loss is completely cancelled out by hammer forged, and head seeker is in my opinion the ideal perk to have in the middle as it helps secure more frequent 3-burst kills. One thing that may improve this role would be to have high caliber rounds in place of hammer forged, but you could also argue that the high range of this pulse rifle is part of what makes it a viable option in this meta. You can stay back and use it as a pulse rifle scout rifle hybrid weapon, and therefore having the extra range is more valuable. In the middle perk slot there are a ton of options, so getting a perfect roll with head seeker could potentially take many weeks. So keep an eye out for perks like counterbalance, hidden hand, outlaw, and rangefinder. All of these perks are very solid. Should Banshee bring a high stability roll with either of these perks, you may want to consider picking it up. But you can of course hold on to Banshee's packages for as long as you want, so if you want to wait for the perfect roll, you can definitely do that. So those are my thoughts on the PDX-41. You can pick up the package from Banshee until Sur leaves this Sunday, January 15th. I think it would definitely be a wise move, as we may very well see this type of pulse rifle rise to the top of the meta once again with the next balancing patch. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and I will catch you all on my next video. The PDX-41 also has a very nice stability stat of 68, and with hand-laid stock you can bump this all the way up to 69. No. The PDX-41 also has a very nice stability stat of 68.